my GoPro cut off. This is getting, I'm getting sick of this shit. I'm pursuing getting this shit fixed because I don't know where I left off, so I'm just gonna continue from where the fuck I was talking a second ago. Basically, this whole world is Satan's domain. This whole entire world is Satan's little playground, sandbox, and God oversees Satan's little sandbox, but he allows Satan to just have his fun with us. And you can only escape the sandbox if you allow God into your soul to take control of your, not really control of your life, but once you let God in, God will respect it and pull you out of the fucking sandbox of fuckery. So he'll take you off the hamster wheel. I mean, he'll do half the work, you do half the work, blah, 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 blah. But not a lot of people know God, man. And it's crazy because, like, sure, there's a shit ton of people on this earth that go to church every Sunday, that read scripture, that think they believe in God, that think they have a connection with God, that think they know God, but they really don't at all. And it's these kinds of people that God actually doesn't even touch with a 10-foot pole, because they are not walking in truth. God is truth. So, for instance, let's say I believe in God on a surface level. I wear a little cross to virtue signaling, yay, I'm participating, yay. I wear a little cross. God, the cross isn't even from God, bro. It's Saturnian, bro. It never once. Okay, and these kinds of people, they'll maybe read a couple lines out the Bible, and then they'll just go about their life. They'll engage in drugs, drinking, sinning, hookup culture. They're not. But the biggest sin that God does not fuck with is not. The biggest sin is not putting yourself first. Not knowing yourself as. Know thyself. You must know yourself in order to know God. And since nobody even knows themselves, even the ones so-called closest to God, they don't even know themselves. How the fuck can you know God if you don't know yourself? Because God is you. You can only know you if you know you. You must know yourself to know God. There is no skipping. That is the bridge. You are the bridge between yourself and God, between the physical and the spiritual, the seen and the unseen, the 3D and the 5+D. So a lot of these folk who can't sit in, that's why stillness is key and is talked upon so much. You must sit in stillness. Not stagnation, but stillness. Stillness, it allows you to connect with God. It slows the whole entire world down because God is outside. We are literally outside of time. There is no such thing as time. Everything is happening here and now, everywhere, all the time, all at once, and it doesn't stop. We only have the present. The past is just memory, and the future is potential. None of it is fucking real. We only have right now. So you can't know God if you don't know yourself. And nobody fucking knows themselves because everyone's so, ooh, a wounded little human. Ooh, traumatized. Ooh, I got all these problems. Ooh, I can't sit with myself. I'm on my phone. Ooh. Like it's these kinds of people. And and you'll see a lot of these people who call themselves men of God or God-fearing men, and they're like, they don't even know themselves because they have the most like fucked up like psychological issues and like emotional issues, which you can fix. You can fix anything, any injury, any ailment, any sickness, disease, anything through God, bro. But and by you not fixing it, by you not fixing it, by you not knowing yourself, by you not being in truth, by you living through the physical realm, through this material world, the Maya, the illusionary realm, you, by proxy, are not with God. Because you must conquer these things and integrate these things in order to know God. And this isn't me just like, oh, you must know, oh, you know our Lord, knock knock, you know our Savior Jesus Christ. Now fuck that bullshit, bro. That's so stupid, bro. But so that's some background on the world and how God is inherently evil, and why, like, when you hear someone say, oh yeah, I'm following God, and it's like surface level bullshit, you can tell who's surface level and who's like really about it, like us, like who's about it. Because like, you put me in a room with 10 Christians, 10 religious leaders, 10 service level spiritualists, and I'll stick out like a sore thumb and I'll run circles around all these motherfuckers in every regard. And God will be with me every step of the way. That's why people look at me so differently, because they recognize that I'm actually with God. Like, this ain't no fairy tale. This ain't no belief system. This is legitimate. And I'm blessed to be here, honestly. Like, I'm so fortunate. I couldn't even imagine life without God. I was miserable without it. Without God. Without my real self. Because God is fucking you, bro. We are God. Duh. But that's why they like feeding people cookie cutter religion, cookie cutter spirituality, surface level religion, surface level spirituality, to make them think they found God. To convince the people, it's to convince the people that are looking for something bigger, is to put them in a controlled environment to where they can limit their perception of the world and keep them further away from God. Because when you think you know God, I guarantee you don't know God. Because let's say you don't know God and you think you know God, you will never go looking for God, because you already think you have God. But you just have the service level cookie cutter fucking day one phony perception of God that they threw at you to lead you off the path. And everyone is in that sector that is religious or spiritual or whatever. And it's like, God is putting yourself first. And in modern system, this is why the world is so backwards. That's the quote in the Bible. It was like, shit so backwards. It just came back. It was, pardon me. It was, I'll roughly paraphrase, but it went along the lines of like, everything in the world is backwards, or everything evil in the world is good, is deemed good, and everything good and holy like God is deemed evil in this world. That's kind of that. I butchered that shit. But it's because God is putting yourself first. God is alignment. God is ascension. God is your highest self. God is truth. And what does this world hate when it's exposed? The truth. What does any individual in your town hate when they're exposed? They hate when truth is exposed with them, like, because it makes people uncomfortable, because people don't know themselves. So when someone calls something out in someone that needs to be worked on, or is a flaw, or even brings to their awareness, they go, oh, you're attacking me. It's like, if someone's talking to me and they're trying to get at me and they're projecting towards me, and I go like, you sound like you're projecting. Instead of going, oh shit, you're right, and taking actual inquiry and learning from it, they go, and then they fire back, and the defensive wall's up, attack mode on, and I'm just like, I'm trying to help you grow. Like, because God is growth. So when you deviate off that normal path of I don't know, following the norm, working your gay ass 9-to-5 job, fucking hanging out with friends, going out drinking and clubbing, and you have to go hang out with your friends or else you're lonely, or any of this bullshit, you're not following God, because you're using all this shit as a crutch. When you're with God, you don't even need a crutch. But these days, people even use God as a crutch. Don't be a cross crutcher. Be a cross clutcher. Don't be a crystal crutcher. Be a crystal clutcher. We don't use the divine as a fucking crutch. That's insulting. Very insulting and stupid. That's baby-like. That's child-esque. So when you actually step off the normal path and you go like, I don't think I actually even want all this. I don't even think I am, like, I don't even think myself who I am now is the real me. So I'm going to go on a journey to actually discover my real self. I'm going to deprogram all these programs that were indoctrinated into me. I'm going to get rid of all the social conditioning. I'm going to blow away all these limiting beliefs so I can actually reveal and understand and go forth towards my actual highest potential. And I'm going to get to the truth of everything. I'm going to go on a journey of uncovering truth. I want to learn what our world really is, how big it really is, what shape it really is, what races there are. I want to learn, do we share our planet with other races or like species? I want to know what happened to about ancient civilizations. I want to know about ancient text, like Vedic text, shit out of Nag Hammadi, like that kind of bullshit. I want to know what was going on in Egypt. I want to know what's good with the energy. I want to know what's good with the pyramids. I want to know what's good with all these pretty much laser engraved fucking temples into the goddamn science of mountains. I want to learn about the terraforming, the Younger Dryas, the antediluvian bullshit. I want to learn about the goofiness of evolution. I want to learn about the unseen, the occult, all this shit. When you actually start learning about this, since you're now off the normal path, but you're on God's path, people will look at you and go like, wow, he went off the rails, he's fucking crazy. And it's because you're deemed crazy because you're different. When in reality, you're literally more sane than everybody else combined. You're more intelligent than everybody else combined. You have more intellect, you have more energy, you have more awareness, you have a higher state of consciousness, you have more understanding, and you have a stronger connection with the actual God, Source, Spirit, the Most High. And this will give you evil eyes, because since Satan runs, the devil runs the world, and everybody loves this world, so everybody's Satan's little minion, technically. When you are walking with God, when you're that one soul that walks with God, even the churchgoers, the priests, the pastors, the religious folk, the Christians, they'll look at you like you're the fucking devil. Like you're a devil worshiper, like you're demonic, like you must be doing something in the dark arts. And I'm like, bro, I literally am just waking up, picking up my cross and my mushroom coffee, and I'm following the Christ, man. I merge with the Christ every fucking morning, and it powers me the fuck up. This shit soups me up, bro. Like crazy, bro. And I'm like, I'm just doing what humans is supposed to do. I'm doing what we all literally came here to do. And y'all aren't. And y'all limit yourselves. And your understanding is so limited that you can't even entertain the idea or notion that my path holds any sort of water. And I'm not even here shaming or hating anybody else that's doing something different. I'm just observing, noticing, and I'm aware of the shade thrown my way for literally leaving the empty, surface level, cookie cutter life of thinking you know God, thinking you know the world, thinking you know yourself. And I actually went on the journey of actually getting to the bottom of all of that and becoming my highest self, climbing up those rungs of ascension, man. Dude, this nigga's just doing high skips across the parking lot, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Free country, man. Go have a nice day. It's beautiful out. Homie, stay in shape. And it's funny because I've been in rooms with literal preachers, Christian families, even spiritualists, and even people that are self-proclaimed truth seekers, and I'll blow their minds. I'll blow them away. Not even in the like, hey, I want to debate you sense, but in the, hey, yeah, I went on this journey. These are the list of truths and discoveries and revelations I've uncovered and successfully integrated into myself. This is more knowledge, technology. This is everything I've learned on my path that I know to be true. And they'll look at me and they're like, you're fucking crazy. Bro, this is the great one. So like, obviously, if you're on this channel and you're familiar with my work, you know, God, I came down here specifically to fuck the demonic music industry up, get rid of all the demonic programmed slop, evil slop in the music industry, like Hollywood type shit. And I'm here to get put on that platform to represent God. A lot of these artists talk about God, but they don't even say what God. There's so many. And a lot of the ones that they do worship is the demonic ones, like fucking Satan, Lucifer, Baal, the Malarkeyan practices, all this shit. But the God I represent is the Most High, God's source spirit, the Christ. And you don't see people like me in this industry. And when people start becoming like me, like when they start waking up and expanding in the industry, they get capped. Or they start talking too much and they get capped because they broke contract. You can't talk about this kind of shit. Gotta be evil, man. Gotta fool the people, man. And I'm here to fucking tell the world what it is through music in the actual light of God. And people go like, oh, people know that I'm with God now. Like, I'm tight with him. I fucking post on my story. Like, I don't care. I love God, bro, because I love myself. And God is me. I am God. You are God. We are God. We are us. It's like Toys R Us. Gods are us. Us are gods. Us is gods. Gods is us. So they're like, some people hear my videos or my music and they're like, or they even hear me talk in person, because I swear like a sailor, man. And they're just like, you can't be with God. You said the F word. And I'm like, who fucking cares, bro? I speak authentically. If my spirit wants to drop some nasty fucking profanity, I'ma fucking do that, bro. If I want to talk about getting down with Lil Shawty in one of my songs, I'm gonna fucking do that. Because it's sometimes, you know, I do get minds. So like, it's truth. It's a human experience. I'm talking about it. I'm sharing it. I'm not lying about certain experience. That's a different story. Lying about an experience, or lying about what you've done, or me just like, you know, being me, and I'm like, oh, I'll go and gun you down, blah blah blah. It's like, I don't do that, because I don't do that. There's no reason to talk about that. I spread light codes through my music, not the bullshit, not the programming, not the whatever. So yeah, that's a big one I get, because they hear my videos and they're like, you swear too much. And I'm like, cool. I guess I am the most profane divine expression in human form. I am sorry that I hold an absurd amount of knowledge, truth, and wisdom, and experience and evolution, and I just happen to drop a couple F-bombs, so you're going to completely disregard everything I have to say or even stand for, or even trying to bring awareness and enlighten the world. You're going to disregard all that just because I said a couple bad words. Like, I'm not even like being malignant. I'm not like, oh, you're a fucking asshole, you're fucking dumb, I fucking hate you, you're the fucking worst. I'm not like that. I'm not disrespectful. This is just how I fucking talk, bro. I'm a human. My throat chakra is completely open. When your throat chakra is closed, you limit what you say. You limit how you say things. You limit how you convey yourself to the world. When your throat chakra is open, you don't give a fuck. Fucking church deacon could be fucking walking down the street. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is up, bro? What the fuck is up? And it's just like, you don't care. Because you're not supposed to. You gotta unblock those chakra points, man. Because when they're blocked, they will block you and who you really are and your potential. So when you actually go on that path with God, it's seen as literally the polar opposite. And then when you don't go on the path with God and you refuse the call and you go back to the church, you go back to drinking, partying, hanging out with your friends, not sitting alone, not caring about truth or what's actually going on, you're just bumbling around through life, you're just putting your job first, you're fucking not putting yourself first, you're not putting your health first, you're not putting your wealth first, you're not doing anything to better your life like that. God wants you to grab a hold of your life and make the best of it and change the world and people's perspectives in the best loving light of God way you can. That's what he wants. He doesn't want you to just like bumble around and have the Matrix toss you around like a goddamn salad, man. He wants you to grab a hold of your fucking life, know thyself, know him, know the Christ, know energy, know truth, know history. You know, all of history is a fucking lie. All of it. Just Google Tartaria, man. I'm just gonna say that. I could save that whole thing for a whole ass video. Bro, I have so many topics that I can talk about. So many topics, especially like when you learn that there's layers to Earth, and I think it's the Paleozoic layer. I think it's the Paleozoic layer is the that layer is, it has a different standard than every other natural formation, every other layer on the Earth, and it's because it's geoengineered, it's terraformed, which means either God or a super advanced civilization came through and terraformed the whole fucking planet. Like hundreds of thousands of years ago, I guess, just to do it. But like, it explains a lot of the structures we see. It explains a lot of things. And the History Channel or geologists won't touch this with a 10-foot pole, but truth seekers through God will, and they'll get to the bottom of it. Yeah, so yeah. It was before the Younger Dryas, I know that, but like, that's crazy. That blew my mind, because I'm just like, because like we're taught that like they're just fucking dinosaurs and bullshit way back when, but I'm like, this layer, one of the most bottom layers, has been actually geologically altered, engineered, and terraformed for X reason. That's crazy, man. And past civilizations was a lot more technologically, energetically, and spiritually advanced than us. We are fucking so handicapped and limited in modern society. People are like, this is the most advanced we've ever been. I'm like, it's not. Just because you have a little fucking black mirror in your pocket to where you can... I understand that the internet is a beautiful thing. I don't think we have a different kind of technology. They had spiritual and biological technology. Now we just have this fucking gay-ass electronic fallen angel technology. This Black Mirror bullshit. And sure, I can Google and access a infinite library of information. That part is actually beautiful. I do love the internet for that reason. But there's a lot of slop, man. A lot of fucking slop. And if the internet was taken out of the benefit side of our technology these days, none of it would be beneficial at all. maybe automobiles, but just like, we used to fly around in blimps, bro. Wanna know why they burned down the Hindenburg? So we wouldn't have no more blimps. Wanna know why they don't want more blimps? Because they ran on free energy. They're efficient. They dock to fucking buildings, bro. There's luxury on the interiors of them. People flew with class for like pennies on a dollar. I think of the game BioShock Infinite. Etheric energy. Bro, they throw it in your face. Anyways, I'm getting so far off topic. I don't care. Yeah. And now they have airplanes. Which they say, like, what is it? Like 50,000 gallons or some shit of gas in their wings. I'm like, nigga, you must be fucking smoking crack to think that that's a thing. Do you know how heavy that plane would be? There's not even any space for that gas for the gas to go. And if you look up what a 50,000 gallon drum looks like, it's fucking massive. It's like the size of the plane, at least, and it's huge. And the turbines in planes also resemble a lot of Hindi and Asian temple structures. And those Asian Hindi temple structures, what was it, Bangkok, I forgot the name of the place, but the steeples and bullshit, they all were designed to represent cymatic frequencies and etheric energies. This is the same shit Nikola Tesla was on about. So when you put two and two together, those turbines for planes, wouldn't be surprised if they're running off goddamn free energy, and they're just saying that there's gas going in this certain amount. You have to put that much gas in, and that's why they jack up the prices of flights to limit travel, exploration, and convenience, and to just drain the pockets of the American people, keep them further trapped in limitation. It makes sense. Honestly, it does. I don't have hardcore proof. I haven't I haven't gone through with a sawzall and cut in half a plane wing, or I haven't sat there and just filmed and documented the whole process of filling 50,000 gallons into a plane. Bro, 50,000 gallons doesn't even fit into a goddamn oil tanker. Bro, I used to letter oil tankers at airports. Like, I'd go to airports and I would literally letter, like, put graphics on oil tankers. And I shit you not, every goddamn, I've done like 10 of them. Every goddamn oil tanker at airports I've done, it has had no oil in them, no gas in them. And I'm like, it's sometimes with like propane trucks and shit, you have to have them empty because the metal will sweat, and you can't put graphics on a wet surface, so they'll have them emptied in order to put the graphics on. But with the gas tankers, I asked one of the employees, they're like, yeah, I don't know the last time we put oil or gas in one of these. I'm like, it didn't click back then, because that was before I was on the truth, the God wave, the path. So I just disregarded it. But then I had a brain fart. I'm just like, or I brain blast. I'm just like, oh my god, that makes a lot of sense. But like, there's so many lies. But I'm gonna get back to the path of God, and I get called a heretic for sharing what I share on YouTube, for talking about, I get called a heretic for believing what I believe, knowing what I know, experiencing what I've experienced, talking my shit through the videos, through my music, in person. I get called a heretic. And I say, no, I'm not. I'm literally just the purest embodiment of God in human form. And they just look at me and they're like, yeah, this guy has fucking lost it. And I'm like, I gave up trying to not make people understand, but I gave up trying to help people understand. Because when people actually ask to understand, you can tell when people, you have to discern whether someone is seeking wisdom or someone is seeking your perspective on the world. Because when someone's seeking your perspective, they don't have the integration, they don't have the capacity to actually really understand and reflect on what you said. They're just fishing. They'll be like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense, okay, and that's it. But when someone's seeking wisdom and actual understanding and truth, that's why I like truth seekers, man. They're my people, bro. Because spiritualists, a lot of them is surface level. You know, the crystals, like, oh, I feel like shit, I'm gonna clutch my crystals. Or like, oh my god, I shouldn't go outside today because I'm a Taurus and Mars is in Gemini. I'm just like, you can use astrology. Astrology is real. There's truth in it. But you only know surface level astrology. Just like you only know surface level energy, surface level crystal shit. Because the Matrix will throw everything truth in front of your face all the time. But it'll only be surface level cookie cutter. And they'll ridicule and mock it and laugh at it in front of your face to get you to feel the ridicule, the mock, and the laughter towards it to where you deem it ridiculous, so you never look into it. It's what, if you don't want people to uncover the truth, you don't just completely hide the truth, because then people are going to sense that they're hiding something, and they're going to be like, something doesn't make sense, I feel like you're hiding something. I heard this guy mention the word God. I don't know what God is, or the Bible, so I guess I'm just gonna go look into it, I guess. Because that's what people will do. They'll go look into stuff. But when you, like, for instance, like, oh, my friend told me that shungite, the crystal shungite, actually absorbs a lot of the harmful low negative frequencies that are thrown our way from all these electronic devices and 5G towers and bullshit. They said they keep them by their phone and their laptop and they feel a lot better near them, so I guess I'm gonna try it. And then you try it and you're like, shit, they were right, and that leads you down the rabbit hole. They don't want that. What they do is they, let's say, have a movie, a popular movie or some shit, and in the movie they have a crazy person who's like, oh, my crystals, oh my god, oh, my crystals, or some shit, and they have this person act absolutely ridiculous. To the point where the sane person in the movie, like the main character, will come up, they'll see them, they're just like, wow, this person is crazy. And then you, the audience, sees that interaction, you're like, yeah, that person is kind of crazy. I agree with the main character. That crystal clutcher is fucking delusional as shit. And then maybe you talk to someone in person after the movie about, and they're about crystals, and or they have a crystal, and then, or they're just like, oh, do you believe in crystals, or do you believe in energy? And you're just like, what? No, that's stupid as fuck. No, that's ridiculous. And then it sets you off that path permanently. It deters you. They would rather deter and redirect than completely hide and conceal. It's the same thing with politics, man. I mean, all that's a show, but it's just like, if you're playing the game of politics and a politician says something that doesn't line up or whatever, or let's say they're trying to ban the firearms. So let's say they're trying to make a certain firearm illegal. They'll just call it assault rifle, an assault weapon, or they'll totally won't orchestrate a educational target practice to push an agenda that firearms are evil, so then every other person that doesn't know a lot about firearms, that hasn't been down that path, or if we call researching your firearms or learning about them a rabbit hole, which is a very beneficial one to go down, self-defense and protection, and just knowledge and skills and utility of the firearms. They're nothing to be scared of, man. They're tools, bro. Like, literally, this is a goddamn X-Acto knife. This is a blade, bro. Is this scary? No. but it's sharp. It's so sharp it can cut me very badly, and it has when I work with this sometimes. Is it scary? No, it's a fucking unconscious, mindless fucking object, bro. It's not scary. Now, if I go into a fucking store, busy, crowded area, and I pull this out and I'm like trying to fucking stab people, bro, that's scary. You wanna know why it's scary? Because the person wielding the goddamn item is scary. Bro, I could have a goddamn, is this coffee cup scary? Is this thermos scary? Answer me, yes or no? Probably no, if you have a brain cell. If I'm going around beating people with my goddamn metal thermos in the head, and I'm drawing blood from people, and I'm just going to town wailing on people, man, that's scary. Because the person wielding the goddamn blunt object, the coffee cup, is scary. It's not the weapon. It's the man behind the weapon. If it was the weapon's problem, literally every human being that carries said weapon, including police officers, I mean, they do have their faults, but it's like it's a minority of the officers. Like, if the weapons indeed themselves were terrifying, if I have a firearm in my hand and I'm alone in my house and I place the firearm on a table and it's loaded, fully loaded, cocked back, loaded, safety off, I place it on my table pointing away from me, if that was truly scary, I would be shivering in my boots. I'd be like, oh my god, this thing's it's gonna get a mind of its own, it's gonna turn itself around towards me, it's gonna levitate in the air, point itself at me and fucking fire. Oh my god, firearms. No, they don't even work unless a human's behind it. It's like computers, bro. Are computers evil? No, not really. They help us a lot. Honestly, they do. But there are scammers. There are hackers. That's when they become malignant. Are cars evil? Do they want to take away my assault coupe? My assault car? What do you mean? What point are you trying to make, Eric? Bro, everybody, no, not everybody, but 99% of people on this planet or in this country have fucking cars, bro. They're not evil. They're utility. They're tools. But every now and then you get some dumbass motherfucker that wants to cause harm to a lot of people, and they find a crowded area and they fucking put the shit in fucking fifth or first or however the fuck they want to drive, and they just ram through a lot of people. That's when it becomes an assault vehicle. It's the person. I don't even know how I got onto this topic, but it's always the person, man. It's the same thing with energy. Is you using these energies at your disposal for good, or is you using them for evil? Think of Doctor Strange, bro. He's a relatively benevolent character, but he has a lot of access to a lot of power, and you can just turn around and just blow up the fucking planet or some shit. He's using literal energy and magic for good, but he could use it for evil. But the person behind the magic wants to use it for good. So, some food for thought. Nothing is good. Nothing ever in existence is inherently good or evil or good or bad. It just is. It's the intention and the will and the consciousness behind whatever it is. So I've been yapping for about 40 minutes. I gotta go mix a bunch of music and do some designing. So gotta whip the car around and leave here. So have a wonderful day, have a wonderful life. Go with the flow before you got nowhere to go. I'm very surprised my GoPro went 40 minutes without cutting out. That's beautiful. So maybe the water inside of the crack is evaporating or dry. Ooh, I should leave it out in the sun for a little bit. That's what I should do. Yes. Feel my lapis in my triple tiger's eye. Okay. Yeah. Take care, baby.